Hello. Inspirational, uplifting, educational. Three things. Three ways that this company I belong to have inspired people and motivated them and supported them in their efforts in their new entrepreneurial careers. I want to tell you the story of two young men. My name is Carol Mikowski. One of them, uh, I'm sorry, I have to laugh because he laughs at it. If he didn't, I wouldn't. His family actually put him in a mental hospital because he wanted to have his own business and wanted to be an online entrepreneur. I'll tell you a little bit about it. He was working in a job in a kiosk in the mall selling cell phones. All of a sudden, along comes his baby, and he decides, this is not for me. I can't make enough money to support my baby, myself, my family, and this is a dead-end job. This is not what I want in life. I don't want to be sitting in this kiosk all day with people walking around and trying to hawk stuff on them that they probably don't want or they already have. I want to be in my own business. And he tried some online stuff and wasn't getting anywhere. And his family kept telling him, oh, no, you have to stay in a job. And he kept saying, that's not what I want. I don't want it. I don't want it. And he was getting more and more depressed because he was not getting any support from anybody. And before he knew it, his family took him to the hospital and had him admitted for treatment. All right. He gets treated in the hospital. He gets out of the hospital. They have a party for him and they say, oh, good. Now you're feeling better. You can go and get yourself a job. And he says, you don't get it. I'm not getting a job. So in the middle of the party, he takes his clothes off, all of them. He's buck naked. And he says, I am not doing what you people want me to do anymore. So I guess I don't really know what happened there, but I guess everybody was, oh my God. And right after that, somehow he became connected with this company and got involved, and he went to one of their events. They have live events periodically, about every 3 months or more frequently, as most of these businesses do in this industry. When he was there, he started hearing people talk about personal development, something he had not been exposed to before. Not just business tactics, but personal development. And he heard about setting your intentions. Never heard people talk like that before. And they were saying, all you have to do is set your intentions and make sure you know what you want. Be definite about it, be specific about it, and stick to it and work towards it. And he said, man, that's what I'm going to do. My intention is to have my own business. My intention is to make good money at it. So he went outside and he shouted what his intention was. I want my own business. And he got that embedded in his mind. And from then on, he just started working his business when he went home. He didn't care what anybody else said. He didn't care what his family said. He was able to put all that aside. And guess what? Last week, he was at one of the top 10 on the leaderboard for the company. Yeah, he's making his money. I wonder what his family and friends think now. But then there's this other guy, different part of the world, actually from Hawaii. He was working a full-time job, a service job, making close to, or if not minimum wage. Very little hope of any kind of improvement from there. It's probably one, maybe two managers' jobs and 10 or 20 people who wanted it. And he brought home his money every week, and he couldn't afford to even live on his own. He was staying in his mother's house, in one of her spare bedrooms, and he could barely feed himself. I think he had a bicycle. I don't even think he had a car. He had a girlfriend for a number of years, and his mother had a box of clothing and handbags that somebody had given her to bring to the Goodwill people. And his girlfriend was over visiting this one day, and she picked up one of the bags and said, "Oh, I like that. That's a nice bag." And, that was the end of that. And they each went about their business. He went to work the next day. And he also had this burning desire to be his own boss, to have his own business, and he wanted to work online. I mean, that's the way of the world today. So, especially for young folks. So, what he did was he tried this. He tried that. Didn't work too well. Wasn't getting anywhere. And he also somehow got connected with this particular company. Must have seen an advertisement or somebody talked to him about it, whatever. And he heard about an event that was taking place. Now, he had to fly from Hawaii over to the mainland for this, and he had no cash. So he said, "Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this or not." So he started busting his butt, and he was working all the overtime he could get whenever anybody wanted a day off or leave early. So he said, "Yeah, I'll take a shift." So he made some extra money. He bought himself a round trip plane ticket, and he said, "I am going to this come hell or high water." Then he was trying to make some money for his expenses there, and his company said, no, you can't be working all this overtime because it costs us too much. We have to pay you extra wages. So a dead-end job. So he says to his mother, he explains to her what he wants to do, and she or some friends lent him just a little bit of spending money. I think he had $100 extra to go there with. And he stayed at some friend's house he happened to have in the area there. And they said, "Yeah, you can flop on our couch for the weekend. It's all right." He went to this event, and he heard something different. Not so much intention, because he already had that intention, but he soaked in all the uplifting that goes on at those events. People supporting people, people telling people they can do it, people telling people they believe in them. And man, when you've never heard that before in your life, that sounds pretty good to your ears. So he started believing, I can do this. This is something I can do. And that's what he went away from the event with. He got back home, and his mom asked him, what went on, and he told her about it. And he said, "Would you lend me the money to get started in this? I need some money to buy some educational information that they have, and I know I can make a go of this." She agreed to it. He got started. Within a month, he paid her back whatever he borrowed from her, and guess what? He also was at the top of the leaderboard this last week, making all these sales. Loving it. I've been to a couple of these events myself, and that's what got me started in this business. I love it. I love it. I love the people. I love the mentality. I love the personal development that goes along with it. I love the positivity. I'm going to put two links below here. One is to my Facebook page. I'd like you to come over, see what I'm doing. If you have any questions, ask me, message me on Facebook. I'm also going to put a link to my blog, and you can read these guys' stories in a little greater detail. Okay? Think about it. If this is something you're interested in, you don't have to be young. Like I said, a lot of young people are getting into this. It's true. I'm a baby boomer. I'm not young, and I'm into this, and I love it. Think about it. Do yourself a favor. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.